China's aviation industry is soaring to new heights, poised to become the world's largest domestic market within the next 2 decades. But China's ambitions extend far beyond just air travel. They're aiming to challenge aviation giants like Airbus and Boeing on the global stage. At the forefront of this effort is the Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China, or Comac. You may have heard of their narrow-body C919 aircraft, designed to compete with the Airbus A320 and Boeing 737. But Comac isn't stopping there. They're now developing the C929, a wide-body aircraft aimed at rivaling the Airbus A330 and Boeing 787. The C929 is planned to seat between 250 to 320 passengers, putting it squarely in competition with established long-haul jets. Initially a joint venture with Russia, Comac is now developing the C929 independently due to geopolitical complications. One of the biggest challenges they face is sourcing engines powerful enough for this aircraft. While Western manufacturers like Rolls-Royce and General Electric have suitable options, Comac is also working on developing its own engine, the CJ2000. However, like the C919 before it, the C929 faces significant hurdles. Many critical components, including engines, hydraulics, and avionics, will likely need to be sourced from Western suppliers, at least initially. This reliance on foreign parts could impact production costs and timelines, potentially making the aircraft less competitive than hoped. Despite these challenges, the potential market for these aircraft is enormous, particularly within China itself. The country's domestic aviation market accounts for a staggering 91% of its total flight capacity. Over the next 2 decades, China is expected to need between 1,575 and 1,815 new wide-body aircraft alone. This massive domestic market is where Comac poses the greatest threat to Boeing and Airbus. However, for now, the impact remains limited. Fewer than 20 C919s have entered service so far, leaving plenty of room for foreign manufacturers to fill the gap. The big 3 Chinese airlines Air China, China Southern, and China Eastern have placed over 300 orders for the C919, but this pales in comparison to their existing fleets of Airbus and Boeing aircraft. Geopolitical factors also play a crucial role in China's aviation ambitions. Tensions with the United States and concerns over technology transfer have made some Western suppliers hesitant to provide their most advanced components. Additionally, ongoing disputes, such as those over Taiwan, have the potential to disrupt international trade and travel, potentially impacting demand for wide-body aircraft like the C929. Despite these challenges, China is pressing ahead with ambitious plans to expand its aviation infrastructure. The government aims to build 136 new airports by 2025, while also upgrading existing facilities. This expansion is driven by rapidly growing passenger numbers, with projections of 930 million air travelers in China by 2027. China is also innovating in other areas of aviation technology. The Beidou satellite navigation system, for example, is claimed to offer greater accuracy than GPS in some regions. There have even been reports of Chinese engineers developing a hypersonic engine capable of speeds far beyond those of traditional commercial aircraft, though such claims should be viewed with healthy skepticism. In conclusion, China's aviation industry is experiencing remarkable growth, with an average yearly increase of 10.5%. The country has already surpassed the United States in terms of passenger numbers and shows no signs of slowing down. While challenges remain, particularly in aircraft manufacturing, China is undoubtedly becoming a major force in global aviation. As this sector continues to evolve, the entire aviation world will be watching closely to see how China's ambitions unfold in the coming years.